Hi everyone, welcome back to OC Aviary for episode 14 of Breeding British Birds. Now it is mid-August, it is exceptionally late in the breeding season, but we have got some late additions to introduce you to. That comes in the form of some Hawfinches, our mutation greenfinches, some canaries and the red poles as well, and we are going to have a little bit of a talk about our rewilding project as well. We must begin with some very sad news coming from the young bird room. A couple of weeks ago now, the young Hawfinch chicks that we bred in about May or June time sadly passed away. Both the two females that we had bred. They were 65 days old at the time. We'd weaned them about 2 weeks prior. I've spent a couple of weeks dwelling on it, trying to work out what I did wrong. I can't figure out what went wrong. For some reason, we lost both of them within 24 hours of each other, which would signal to me perhaps they'd not eaten or they'd not drank too much. Perhaps at the same time that we had got some particularly warm weather, maybe they weren't able to cope. There was an awful lot of factors in place and we did sadly lose them, which is very upsetting. So it is a shame I have to announce that, but let's have a talk about the good news now. As upsetting as that news is after losing the baby Hawfinches that we'd worked so hard to rear, I'd spent an awful lot of time critiquing myself, looking at if there's anything I would have changed, anything I would have done different, and I still haven't come up with answers. And sadly, that is something with livestock, is that you do have things pass away unexpectedly for no given reason, and it's just something we have to learn from. The good thing is we do get a shot at redemption. We do have another chance at breeding from them. And we have managed just that so far. So 2 or 3 weeks ago now, the pair went back to nest of European Hawfinches. 3 eggs were laid in the nest site at the back, and a few days ago, 3 chicks have hatched for us. So we have a shot at redemption. We have 3 chicks in the nest site, about 4 days old now, so they will be ready to ring very, very soon. But so far, the hen is doing a good job. We've separated the cockbird after what happened with the first round, where he was particularly aggressive towards the hen. He is in a cage on his own on the far wall at the moment, so I'm hoping, all going well, we will have another chance to breed our Hawfinches successfully. You may remember with the first round from the Hawfinches, the chicks seem to have a few challenges with their feet and their legs because they seem to be slightly thinner. Maybe they were developing rickets from not having enough calcium, even though I'd supplemented it. So we're trying a bit of a different thing. I'm giving them live mealworms, and then they're having frozen pinkies, frozen waxworms and frozen calciworms. I am dusting them with this product. So I was very kindly sent this over from Australia, from Utro Labs. It's a bioavailable calcium supplement that is specifically made for insectivorous birds. So I'll leave a link in the description to this product if you're interested in buying it. But I'm dusting the live food off with it at the moment, and so far it is being fed into the chicks, and I'm hoping that will alleviate the problems that we had last time, where they had slight deformities with their feet and their legs. A few weeks ago, we finally managed to hatch out some mutation greenfinches from our split mutation greenfinch cockbird. So we have the pair down here. They reared those chicks in that nest. 3 chicks, there was 2 of them are normals, I believe are dominant yellows, and we have, and I've now got it confirmed, a Isabel pastel dominant yellow hen that we've managed to breed. So again, they're only about 2 or 3 weeks old at this moment in time. They're beginning to feed themselves, but they're looking really good. So we're going to keep that line separate, of course, from my exhibition greenfinch line. I don't want to be putting mutations in with my quality line of normals. That being said, we might look to develop a mutation line of exhibition greenfinches, or we might do something different. So if you've got some ideas, let me know in the comment section of this video. But we'll see so far, but we have finally got a visual mutation greenfinch chick this year. The canaries have been particularly challenging this breeding season. It's a little bit unusual for them. Don't get me wrong, they weren't difficult by comparison to something like a hawfinch, but they were certainly difficult for what they usually are. So usually the canaries are very readily going to nest, and they were at the beginning of the breeding season, but they suddenly seem to run out of stamina around June, and we had a little bit of a hit and miss couple of months with them. Thankfully, however, we have managed to get a last couple of canaries bred. So we have got 2 chicks down here in this nest. Both are visual cinnamons, which is really nice. So they're both hens. One of them is a clear and the other one is a ticked. It's got like a cinnamon cap on it, which is lovely to see. So that's a couple of North Dutch frills. Really looking forward to seeing how they develop and hopefully some future show birds. What is frustrating with them is the hen decided to pluck them, so that's why they've got bare backs at the moment. And then obviously we have managed to breed a mongrel type Norwich cross canary down in the far corner. That's now about 3 weeks old, 4 weeks old, and feeding itself. So that's really good news. So a nice little happy end to the breeding season with the canaries. For all the other species, it is now the end of the breeding season, so we'll be splitting them out into same-sex groups. We'll have the cocks in one side, the hens in the other for pretty much everything. So our greenfinches we'll be having somewhere. We've of course got our Siberian bullies. We had the twites down here. We've got pretty much everything now separated out, and then this back wall here we have got full of red poles. We've done a really good job at breeding them this year, which is nice. So we've got our parents and the youngsters, but that'll be more in next week's video because we'll be looking at end of season review. We'll have a look at the numbers we've done, things we've learnt this season, and different things that we've tried and whether they've been successes or failures. So plenty to look forward to. Now, because it is the end of the breeding season, we have got to introduce you to our conservation project. So they're all right here behind me. You won't be seeing them this week. It will be in a few weeks' time, but I can't wait to tell you all about them and the plans we've got for the future. So that will be in a future episode. So anyway, everyone, that is all we've got time for in this week's episode of Breeding British Birds. So if you enjoyed it today and you'd like to see more, please make sure to subscribe down below, smash a like on this video, follow us on social media, Instagram, Facebook and TikTok for daily updates and behind the scenes footage of all of our birds. So once again, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.